are you?
Hey, John.
What do you see from that Ravens defense on film?
They're, have a great tradition of having a really good defense, and they fly to the ball. They show up, I think, at every position. I think they're just a overall really good team, really good defense, and they're well coached.
What kind of challenges does Kyle Hamilton, kind of challenges does he present?
He's a hell of a player. He's one of the many hell of a players that they have on that side of the ball and on their team. The range and the speed and the versatility.
Obviously, you guys aren't playing against each other, but how much do you watch somebody like Lamar, whether it's off-season, in-season, and just try to learn from what he does?
I have a lot of respect for him. All the things he's been able to accomplish. He's definitely, set a standard for himself, and he's been able to uphold that throughout his career. So it's been fun watching him and supporting him.
How strange is it to see that you guys are 32nd in the league in pass attempts and first in rush attempts? You can't get any farther apart than that. How strange is it to see that? And is there a day you look forward to where, hey, we're going to need me to throw the ball more to win a game?
It's not strange at all. Look at what our record is.
Do you look forward to maybe that day where, hey, and it's a number 2 rush defense here,
yeah,
where you say, hey, we might need me to do more.
I look forward to winning, doing whatever is required to do that.
When you're on the field and Saquon's having a game like that, what's it feel like? I mean, you were smiling a lot. Everybody's having fun. It's a historic game, 9th biggest rushing performance of all time. What's it like in the moment?
Yeah, he had a moment, and he's been having a hell of a year. Just to see him and what he's able to do, what he's capable of, and the different problems he presents as a player. And so, it took a group effort, and he'd be the first to say that. And I think that's where he earns a lot of respect from me and how he carries himself and the type of leader and teammate he is, and being so humble amongst it all is something that you admire.
What's it like, having AJ to throw to, even without Devontae, you guys obviously know he's probably going to get more attention than usual, and still, he get him the ball, he can make a play and everything like that. What's that like for you?
Well, AJ's a hell of a player. He's always been a hell of a player, and I think, he was a hell of a player before he got here, and I think it's a thing where you become at a place where you're complimented by all the different things around you. And he's shown up, and he's been doing it game in and game out. He's always one that takes advantage of his opportunities, and we just want to continue to play that type of complimentary football that gets wins in the win column.
As one of the captains on the team, one of the leaders, when you lose someone like BG, how does that affect you and the rest of the captains?
I don't want to speak for everyone else. I speak for myself, and obviously a tough situation. I spoke on that and what you're missing in him. That's a guy that you can't replace, and you shouldn't even try to replace in the sense of how valuable he is as a player, as a leader and all those things. And so he's still there. He's still there. He's not gone. He's here, and he's still being a great teammate, still smiling, being supportive, and being who he is. And so I do look forward to that. Look forward to that and having him along the journey and being there.
How much do you relish this kind of game? National TV, both teams are winning. Both teams have superstar running backs, great defenses, no weaknesses. The whole country's going to be watching. How much do you relish this kind of challenge?
Yeah, I think you live for every moment and every opportunity, and this is the next opportunity. It's a really good opponent. We've had different challenges throughout the year, and we know this is a great team we're about to play. They've had a ton of success, and they've continued that throughout the year. So it'll be a great challenge for us as a team.
You mentioned the challenges, and you guys have already overcome a lot. But why do you think this team is better equipped to handle any potential adversity you may have, like you did last year?
I think it's a new unit, so to compare, it's hard to do so. We've had different experiences to learn from, and I think a lot of individuals have grown from that. And I think just this unit, accompanied with the new players and the learning experiences, I think we're better from all of it. So.
Nick has said,
Can you feel special chemistry with this team? I mean, I know there's a lot to be done, but can you feel special chemistry? And if so, how?
Yeah, I think every team is special in its own way. Yeah, every team is special in its own way, and this team is, we're still building.
Nick has said a couple times over the years, he was talking about BG again this week, and he said how lucky he was as a first-time coach to have veteran leaders like him and Lane and Fletch and Jason. As a quarterback, do you ever get that feeling with this offensive line? Like you came in and this offensive line and they still are able to add to it and replenish. Do you ever sit back and say what a luxury it is to play behind that offensive line?
Well, I look at the staples of the group and who's been here since I've gotten here, and just to know Lane has played a ton of ball and he's still playing like the best right tackle in the league, and to see Jordan grow and come from being a project before I got here and kind of seeing him evolve and grow. Never playing a game before to being one of the best at what he does as well. And so that's something that you appreciate, and a time comes for everyone. But that's a special thing there. And just to look at the number of players that we have that are on the team now, since I've arrived, and that's just something that you appreciate and you look back, even getting time to see Alshon, and time takes you back to where it all began and how it all started and who was all here, and it was a whole different ball game. And so it's a journey as is, and it's something that you want to enjoy throughout the way. But it's even the people in my draft class, no one's here. So Jack Driscoll left and came back, but it's a journey.
How did the Alshon thing happen? I mean, you threw a touchdown to him during your rookie season. Is that correct?
First one in the league. Yep.
Yeah. What was that moment like, just seeing him there?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He was a great leader for me. Someone that I had a lot of respect for, not because he had faith in me, but because of how he carried himself, how he went about his business, and the professional he was, and he did not shy away from helping the young guys and trying to steer, that unit straight. And so I had a ton of respect for him and how he did it, and I've always kept in touch. And he's a hell of a guy, hell of a player. Had a great career. And, obviously won a championship with the Eagles.
When you look at the Ravens defense, they're number 2 against the rush in the NFL. Like, how important is it still to kind of emphasize the run? I mean, and then how do you know when to stick with it, or when to keep plugging away at it, or when to just go with the pass and everything?
Yeah, I think you just you come into it and you want to try and live in what you've established yourself to be, and I'm sure Kellen will put us in the best position to go out there and be successful.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.